And hello everyone, welcome back. So in the last video we're trying to talk about how this doc2LaTeX actually deals with citations. So now I kind of roughly went through all of this, though there are plenty of tutorials online that already deal with this, so I'm not going to go through too much. I'm just going to give you a quick start guide, right? So I explained before that you have this use package, and if you're not sure, I mean, all this code does look kind of confusing to you. Just Control F in here and type bib for bibliography. So you just press enter, you'll find where the bibliography files are. Anything with bib is here. So these are the two parts which are relevant to BibLaTeX, which they are kind of the parts we need to deal with first, and they come by default with every doc2LaTeX conversion. So these are the two parts we need to pay attention to. Everything else just ignore first. And of course we use Mendeley desktop to import our whole citation library into this bibliography.bib. And where is this found? This is found in the same folder as your LaTeX file. This bibliography.bib, and again this is actually done over here. Every single bit of your what do you call that? Every single bit of your articles will be found here. All right. So now comes the a little bit more tedious part, which is you have to take a look at the citations one at a time. But before that, I said we need to configure TeXMaker to make sure it's using Biber for BibLaTeX. And of course, your quick build for convenience, you can use PDF LaTeX. This second command here, it will show PDF LaTeX, BibLaTeX, blah 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 blah, then view PDF. So this is for convenience. So just set these two settings right. Restart TeXMaker. You should be able to use BibLaTeX and Biber for use. Okay, so let's go and get our first citation done. So we have this one called LES grid sizing, or Common, Shams, Camillo, and Coren. So let's go Common, and that's where you'll find it. So you can just press Control F to quickly get your stuff there. So yeah, understand it can be, anyway, yes, we just to recap the steps, remember there are 4 things you need to do. Yeah, I can't say this too many times, especially if you're first time. If not, you can just skip this part a little bit, skip a little bit forward in the video and you'll be fine. Go make sure this is Biber on here, the quick build is set to this, restart, and just take a look at bib, Control F for bib, then you just find, and you will find all the relevant BibLaTeX files. So that should be okay. Alright, so that should more or less set you up right if you've installed the TeXMaker and everything according to the instructions in the previous videos. Should be okay. So you are using Biber, okay? Not BibTeX, Biber. Alright, so you want to find your first citation. Go to Common, and this is where my first citation is. So if you want to do the citation here, I would press \cite, and then you'll see all these things here. All of these all of these entries come up. Just press K for Common, and you want the 2014 one, because usually when you build up your bibliography, the citation will come in the form of author and date if the date is available. So press Common 2014. Okay, or you just press enter, it will complete it for you. And then you press your colon again. So let's see how this thing turns out. So we're going to use the quick build command, which is going to update our references and print the PDF out. And that should about do it. Okay, so view PDF. Let's see whether can take a look there. See, Coleman 2014 is actually produced. So let's take a look at Coleman 2014. Holland, yeah, Coleman 2014 site. Yes, see, Coleman 2014 actually comes out here. And if you take a look at the citations, I hope it works correctly. Oh, there should be something that actually gives you this thing here. There should be something appearing. Okay, let's try again. There are lots of errors here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so if it doesn't work, just press F11 a few more times and it should work. Okay, just press F11. Okay, I'll close this part. Press F11, right? That will update the references. You should see this thing coming up here. Coleman, Shams, Camilo, and Coren 2014. You should see this 1. Okay, so when you press that 1, it should bring you straight to the end. Quasi-DNS capabilities for OpenFOAM of different mesh types. So the way you cite this is what do you call that? It's let's see. It's usually by default your doc2LaTeX will give you a numeric style. You can of course change this to APA if you want, and you can make all this true to give you more information in the bibliography. So there's ISBN, DOI, and URL, and you can see in references, it should give you more information here. Okay, let's press it a few more times. And quick build. So press F11 and press it a few more times. It should give you an APA style citation to check whether it is there. Okay, see, look, the DOI is out now and it's in APA style. So press F11 and you press quick build, it should be okay. So let's take a look. Coleman 2014 again, our citation, and press view PDF to see where this thing is. See, you have Coleman, Shams, Camilo, and Coren. So this will actually give you your citation without the bracket. So if you want the bracket, you just do that. You just insert the bracket in the citation there. Don't worry about the errors. Close the message log, and you can be able to see. Okay, Coleman 2014. Just find this entry. Okay, find this entry, and you press view PDF. Okay, it should turn out pretty nicely. So it's all of this there without the date, which is fine. If you are okay with that, you can even manually select, insert the date yourself, but I can just leave it as such. So this is how you change some of the formatting. So you go to the top, you make sure your style is APA, or you can put numeric if you want. You can even put IEEE or whatever. I prefer APA because the names are all there, which makes it easier to convert. If you want to change the formatting of this document, it'll be easy to convert. Alright, so once that is done, okay, you just press Coleman. Okay, and I can delete these files to say, okay, I'm done with this citation. So I just do a quick build. Let's see if I'm running over time here. Okay, so that's a quick build. And let's go and find Coleman 2014. Yeah, so this is where your citation is. So now it's auto formatted, and there you go. Okay, so this is the more or less straightforward way. Just keep doing it for every citation you find. So let's see, you have this thing here. You see Ding, Wang, and Chen 2020. So let's type Ding, Wang, and Chen. Oh, you press this N, or Ding and Wang. Alright, so we're going to find. So this is how you probably will do this citation management. Huh? Yeah, so you see, just press look for their names, Ding, Wang and Chen 2020. So I will type here cite, or I put a bracket, cite Ding 2020. Okay, then I use the arrow keys and I press enter. I save, I do a quick build and view PDF. So to search where this citation is, I press \cite, okay, Ding. Okay, so this is where my citation is. Let's view PDF to see whether it's working. So it still turns out this Ding 2020 thing. So I just put a bibliography. I press F11 to compile, to kind of update the references a few times. Okay, and I'll do a quick build. Okay, let's find Ding 2020. Okay, and that's where our citation is. Press view PDF. It will give you the right citation style with the date this time. So this is how it is supposed to work when you do BibTeX or BibLaTeX with Biber. Okay, so everywhere you find this, you just press your cite with a bracket, cite Spallart, and I want the 2006 entry. So you can see when you do APA style in your original Word document, it makes it really easy to find which citation you're supposed to do. Rather than you do a numeric style, then you have to keep scrolling up and down to find, you know, which is the citation you're supposed to replace it with. So I have Spallart 06, Cite 2, 2018, and I'll bracket it. And you just keep doing this throughout your document, and more or less you should be done. So I'm going to update, quick build. So just press F11 and quick build. It should be able to give you the right results. So that's how, you know, BibTeX actually works. So let's do a view PDF, and you see Ding, Wang and Chen. Cite, see the Spallart and 2 is still kind of not formatted right. Press F11 a few times to update your references, and you press quick build. That should give you the right one, Spallart 206, and you should see now it's formatted right. So that more or less gives you kind of the workflow to deal with references here. Okay, you can change your style as and how you like. You can do numeric, you can do APA, and don't worry, on most of these notes I am actually going to put it in the description. Alright, so IEEE likes to use numeric style. I believe there are other styles as well, but yeah, you can go and take a look online. There should be lots of tutorials, and I also make sure that, you know, the way for configuring TeXMaker to do all of this, you know, like for example, the quick build options and the Biber % are also in the video description. So this is to make sure TeXMaker is set right so that you can start doing the citations. Okay, all right. So now that's the basic way. I mean, there is some learning curve, but, you know, exporting all your Mendeley citations to your bibliography file is kind of the, you know, quick and easy way. All right. So let's say you only want to export the citations that you want to use here. Okay, there's a way that I mean, there is some work you need to do still. If you only want to export, let's say, see all of these citations here, that's the only one you want to export. Okay, so what you need to do is to go here, go to Mendeley, make a new folder, then you press my citations or whatever you want to name this file, and the slow way is this. Okay, it's a little bit of work. Okay, you for example, you search convection heat transfer. All right, convection heat transfer. Okay, then once you find it, Adrian Bijan, drag it to my citations, and you will see it here. From unsorted, it goes to in this my citations. Okay, so next one is what? Ding Wang Chen numerical studies. So go to unsorted in Mendeley, select the unsorted, and you press Ding Wang Chen. So you want a Ding Wang Chen 2020. So this is the one you want. Drag it over to citations. So this is a bit of a slow way of getting your citations organized. Okay, so if you didn't actually have let's see, so that only, you can remove the folder if you want, but that only removes the organization. If you remove folders, all your citations from this folder, for example here, it will go back into the unsorted citations. You'll not actually delete any citations. So anyway, using Mendeley desktop, you can organize your things like so. You keep looking, like say you have your original citation files here, just keep looking for all of these. There should be about 20 or 30, depending on how long your paper is. Okay, so this actually has about 10, 20, so that's pretty okay. Alright, so you can keep doing that, and it will organize your bibliography file. Okay, it will organize, you will have this sort of a file here, where, for example, you have all of these files. So this is what I did. After going through that process for a document of making the folder and dragging the citations one at a time, I end up with this. Okay, so that will give you all the citations that you want to use for that folder. Then you just press export into the bibliography file you want. That's one way of doing it. Okay, so what's the other way? Okay, so if let's say you have, like me, you organized all your RIS files, right? If you've used Mendeley a lot, you tend to download RIS files, which are sort of this kind of files here. When you open it up and you kind of display it, okay, it will give you this sort of a citation format. So this is a RIS file, which is commonly used with Mendeley or EndNote, which is not a BibTeX file. Now, usually, well, what we like to do is we have all our RIS files, in the same folder. If you've already pre-organized all your RIS files, so for example, like I do this turbulence modeling series, and I organize all of the RIS files into one folder for turbulence modeling. So what can we do? If you have such a setup, very simple. Excuse me. Yeah. So if you have a setup, very simple. You can just do this turbulence modeling. Okay, so I'll make a new turbulence modeling folder. What I do with all the RIS files is I just drag, and how do I organize it? Let's say you have, when you open your paper, right? When you open your Explorer, it's like this. What you do is try and organize it into some sort of a list view. Okay, organize your documents into a list view and sort by type. And then once you see it's by type, there will be some that are documents or PDF documents, some that are text files, and most of your RIS files will be text files. Select all your text files, drag it into Mendeley. Okay, drag it into Mendeley, and everything will be here. Okay, so I'll just delete this one because that's kind of redundant. Okay, so drag it into Mendeley, and that will help you sort everything out there. Okay, once again, we can do the same for, let's say, this one. Okay, because I kind of sorted out my documents like this. So again, you have 3 citations here, RIS files. Drag it into this file here, where I have my turbulence modeling only. Okay, and likewise, if you are fortunate enough to, you're organized and you try to organize all your RIS files together, this is what you can do. So again, do the same thing, because I segregated my documents. So I segregated my references into several folders. So my RIS files are kind of separated. You only need to do it once if you have one folder, alright, for your RIS files for this particular document. Okay, if you have multiple, you can just drag and drop. Very easy. Drag and drop, delete the whatever's irrelevant, for example, like a desktop ini.ini. Okay, and if anything else is not formatted correctly, just delete it out. And this is where all your, for example, turbulence modeling files are. Once you've done everything here, okay, I can export this as BibTeX into the BibTeX folder. I'll press save. Okay, I'll just overwrite this, and in my TeXMaker, I will close this bib file, and I'll just open this bibliography file. If you notice, it's 40 kilobytes now, so it's about 1/5 the size, slightly less than that. So only here you will only find the references that are the ones you want. All right, they are relevant to turbulence. So it can help you reduce the size of the bib file and prevent you from exporting unwanted references. So I just press F11 to recompile this bibliography, update the citations, and I'll do a quick build. Nothing should change. Okay, so I'll go all the way to the bottom at where this print bibliography is, and this is where you will find everything. Okay, so that is it, I think. Okay, let's see whether my common. Okay, so looks like my common file is now missing, so I'll need to drag that in as well. Because I did not do my citation files correctly, so I can either do it this way, where I export only the relevant citations to that BibTeX file or bib file, or I can just lock, stock, barrel, push my whole library into that bib file. Okay, so that's 2 ways of doing it. I prefer, of course, doing more organized way. Okay, I prefer doing it more organized, but yeah, it's your choice how you want to organize your bibliography in Mendeley. Okay, so I prefer more organized. But yeah, more organization, that would help. But in general, this is probably the workflow you adopt. You look for citations that are not completely done with a Control F file. So for example, again, okay, common, I needed to add that back in. So let me add that back in. Common 2014. Okay, I'll switch everything into turbulence modeling. Okay, I'll clear. And then what I have to do is to re-export. Export it to the bib file, save, and I'll press X here and I will reopen. So there's just a little bit of work you need to do to reload your bib file. Okay, so let's go here and open, display, and that will be your bib file. So when I press F11, hopefully this thing recompiles well. And view PDF. So I see the common citation is back in place. So that's roughly the workflow. You organize it in Mendeley, you export it to the bib folder which you want your document to have, and basically all your citations are in that bib file. One very neat file. So you can still use your RIS file, your RIS files for this. Should not be an issue. It will help Mendeley keep track of your references pretty well if you're used to that kind of workflow. And then you can just export it to the bib file, which is referenced by this tag file. That should be fine. Or you can just export your whole library into the bib file, if that's convenient for you. So whichever it is, should be fine. Alright, so that's about it. I don't see your bib file going really big. Shouldn't be any bigger than 5 megabytes. If you are spending years and years and years in research, maybe 5 megabytes in your bib file is the max. If that is okay with you, sure. But of course, if you want to export, you want to share your paper with everybody, or you share your stuff with everybody, then maybe less is more. Okay, so hopefully that gives you an idea of how to change the citations using Biber in this what do you call that, in LaTeX and TeXMaker. So thanks for watching. Hope that didn't confuse you, and again, yeah, I'll see you guys again. Goodbye.